Hi, this is Kareen with Kareen and Company. That's Karreen. Today we're going to talk about GUA SHA. It's also dit.jiao, and we're going to use the Gua Sha tool, and we're going to talk about hand therapy. We're going to talk about hand therapy, whether you're a sports activist, whether you play piano, violin, whether you've done too much gardening and you have a lot of pain in your joints. We're going to talk about how you would apply this liniment. You can put it on a cotton ball and apply it. It penetrates deep into the muscle down to the bone. If you had a warm towel that you could wrap around it, that would help. The purpose today is for people with arthritic fingers. So what happens is sometimes when cold, damp gets in, and when it gets in and it lodges in the bone, it creates an obstruction. And the obstruction would mean that you have loss of movement, flexibility. So what you're going to do is take your Gua Sha tool and you're going to use it in between your fingers. I understand that it's going to be extremely painful because in Western medicine, when we hurt, we don't know that we're supposed to really massage the areas that are in pain. But in traditional Chinese medicine, the more it hurts, the more we should be actively working the areas that are in a lot of pain, okay? So you could go from your first digit and you would go in between all these little bones. You want to touch the muscles, the ligaments, the tissue. You want to really move it. You can use the larger side if it's easier. And I realize when you have arthritic fingers, sometimes it's hard for you to hold the tool. So all I simply want you to do is hold the tool and then use your finger. Your finger will do all the motion, all the movement. You can do all your fingers like this. You can make your hand do all the motion. Maybe the first time, second time, third time you do it, maybe you'll really feel a lot of pain, a lot of tenderness. So if you want to reduce that pain, what I would suggest is you put both your hands into a sink of very warm water. Turn the water on, put your hands in there, leave them in there maybe a good 7, 8 minutes. Let that tissue really warm up, and then get your nice Gua Sha tool and start working every inch, every joint. The more it hurts, the more I want you to work it. You're doing it pretty lightly at first, because what you're doing is you're building up your endurance, or what you're doing is really breaking down that knotted fibrous tissues. And sometimes the knots are so big, I suggest you just keep going back and forth over them. Breathe as you're doing it. Don't go, ah, ah, ah. Breathe. And just work every bit of your fingers, every single finger, every single joint. Sometimes we have really hard knots and nodules here, and I realize it's going to be uncomfortable, but again, it's all about you feeling better. It may take you, like I said, do it in the morning and at night. You can also get a tennis ball and run it in between there. You can also clap your hands. Your lung, your large intestine, your pericardium, your heart, your small intestine is on there. And the more you move this chi, the more you're going to feel better. The more time and energy you put to it, you're going to realize you're going to break up some of those hard crystals, some of that knotted ligaments and tissue, and you'll get more flexibility back. More flexibility is more beneficial than reduced flexibility. Again, Gua Sha, GUA SHA, and I believe we have a picture of it. You can order it on Amazon and put that on daily, and maybe get a warm rag from the microwave and just let it sit here, or submerge your hands into very, very warm water so that your tissues and ligaments get really warmed up. If you don't want to do any of those, then really rub your hands together, create a lot of heat, a lot of friction before you start using your Gua Sha tool. Again, that is to get more flexibility in the fingers and the joints. Again, this is Kareen with Kareen and Company. Please like my page and subscribe. Thank you.